Hello everyone, what's up guys, and welcome to another Undialed video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can tell, there is a GoPro strapped to my chest. And for all of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is White Trash Willie, aka Will Cashin. So something that I've seen before on the internet that I thought was like really cool and interesting is actually video game gameplay. You're watching like a YouTube video of a video game player doing his thing in the game, but it's like he's not talking about the video game as he's doing it. Like, I mean, in some circumstances he is, but like for the majority of the time he's talking about just like other stuff. So I thought about this idea of like implementing just writing clips, and what other way to like show your writing than like a first person thing, and then from there talk about interesting topics in scootering. So that's like my whole idea like behind this type of thing. It's kind of like a podcast, but a little bit different. But today we're going to be talking about the topic of what makes somebody a real scooter rider. And a few days ago I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw this post. I'm not going to say the writer's name, I don't want to put anyone on blast, but it was basically like a real scooter rider riding their scooter. And it made me think, like, what exactly is a real scooter rider? I feel like the term scooter rider, real scooter rider, I feel like there's just this connotation that like if you're a real scooter rider, you're so much better than if you're just a scooter rider. But that made me think a little bit more, like, how do you then to get this diploma of being a real scooter rider versus a not real scooter rider? Isn't everyone that rides a scooter a real scooter rider? I mean, technically I feel like you could break it into categories of like there's professional riders and then there's amateur riders, and maybe that gets confused with real scooter riders and unreal scooter riders. I don't know. I feel like a common thing that people think is like, oh, if you're out there scootering and you're not doing it for money, you're just scootering because you love it, like and that's like your job, and like you just do it because like that's what it means to you, like that's what makes you a real scooter rider. And like I can see that like side of it, but I feel like what makes somebody a real scooter rider is the fact that they have ridden a scooter. I think a professional scooter rider like myself is just as much of a real scooter rider as some little kid scootering at the skate park. Like I don't think there's such thing as a real or a fake scooter rider. I mean, we scooter, so there's no such thing as like a poser. Like, nobody rides a scooter just to like look cool. Like, fortunately in our small little community that there isn't really anybody that's like that, and I feel like anyone that does just ride a scooter to look cool has probably quit scootering since then. So maybe they're not a real scooter rider. Maybe that's the people that aren't real scooter riders. But I feel like 99.9% of people ride a scooter because they think it's fun. Like, they don't do it to like prove a point. They don't do it to like be somebody better. I don't know. I just feel like the term real scooter rider is just a super funny one. I feel like if you've ridden a scooter like at all in your life, like if you are a like past scooter rider who's watching this video just because they have a small interest in scootering still, like, you're considered a real scooter rider. If you're somebody that goes out every single day and films their VX footage or their HD footage or whatever it is, filming their gnarly edit clips, I feel like they're a real scooter rider too. I feel like scootering is just such a art, and it's such like an abstract thing that it's not like a sport. Something going along with that too is like, that brings up like, what is an OG of this sport? Like, what's somebody that's like an OG rider? Like, what does it mean to be an OG rider? Like, I always hear people say like whenever I go to a skate park, there's always some young kids scootering doing their thing, and then there's just this like old kind of grungy dude, or just older, not even grungy, but just like older scooter rider riding there, and then every kid at the skate park is like, oh, he's an OG. And it makes me think, like, what makes somebody an OG? How do you get that certificate too? Because I've always been curious. Like, I've never been called an OG, but I mean, I've been scootering for like 7 or 8 years now, so like, at what point do I become an OG? Like, what does that term even mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just such a thrown around thing. I feel like if you're riding a fold up, you're considered an OG, and then like, if you think about it like that, like, there's millions of people that are OGs because like a million scooters got sold in like the first year that Razor released them. So like, what makes somebody an OG? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Comment below what you guys think. What makes somebody an OG scooter rider? Like, The only people that I would consider like an OG scooter rider is nobody. I don't think anyone's an OG scooter rider because scootering is less than 20 years old. So like I feel like to be considered an OG, you have had to been doing it like your whole life. And like sure, there is people that have been scootering their whole lives. Like I mean, I've been scootering my whole life, but like my life isn't over yet. It's not even close to being over. Like I hope. Shoot. But like I feel like you can't be this 20-some-year-old person just saying you're an OG. Like that just doesn't make any sense. Like sure, it's like maybe a respect thing, but like what are you respecting? Like I feel like some kids didn't have the opportunity to scooter super long ago because they were just fetuses. But like I feel like just the term real scooter rider, OG scooter rider are just these like silly like terms just to like give people ego, and I don't know, it just kind of is confusing to me. Like, and guys, what I mean, no disrespect from this video at all. Like, if you're watching this video in fist of rage, like, I hate you, Will Cashin, you are wrong. I'm a real scooter rider, an OG. You just don't understand. Like I'm really not trying to offend anyone. I'm just trying to bring up topics that I just really don't know much about, like, or at least things that I feel like I should know about, but I just don't know. I guess you consider like somebody that was building or hot gluing their wheels back in the day, like they could be an OG scooter rider. But even still, like Capron and Corey were hot gluing their wheels, but I don't think any of the older street scene would consider Capron and Corey an OG. Maybe, I mean, maybe they do. I don't know, but I feel like there's just so much labeling in scooters these days. Like there's just like, oh, you're a YouTuber. Oh, you're a street rider. Oh, you're a park rider. Oh, you're a dirt scooter rider. You're a flat rider. Like I just feel like there's so many like identifications. Like it's so funny how like the human brain works. Like everyone must feel an urge to like be like a part of something. Like I guarantee you, like every single one of you guys watching this video like would not scooter how much you guys take it seriously if there wasn't like a big scene behind it. And I feel like being a scooter rider is kind of like an identification to yourself. Like you go up to somebody else that's also a scooter rider and you're like, yo, what's up, man? I'm a scooter rider. And then the other guy's like, I'm a scooter rider too. And then you guys kick it off, you know, it's sick. And it's kind of just like this identification thing. But like, that's not good enough. There has to be identification within scootering. So there has to be like, oh yeah, I'm a scooter rider, but I'm also a park scooter rider, not a street scooter rider. So I don't hit any rails. I don't do any of this. And I don't know, it's just so funny to me to like think about like labels in scootering. Like what is that even? I don't know. Labels in scootering are just so funny. What I consider myself is honestly just a scooter rider. Like I am just a scooter rider, and at the end of the day, if I'm at a skate park, shoot, I'm gonna ride some quarter pipes because that's what's in front of me. If I'm at a street plaza, shoot, I'm gonna ride some ledges and some rails. If I'm in the streets, you know, I'm gonna ride some street. If I'm at the Flat Globe with John Reyes, you know what? I'm gonna give flatland riding a shot. You know, I just feel like if you want to become like the ultimate best scooter rider and you want to become like an amazing scooter rider, like you have to like be good in every aspect. But it's just so funny to me how people just feel the need that they're like, oh no, but I don't do that. I don't do that over there. That's street riding. I'm a park rider, or vice versa. Yeah, I don't do bras, I don't do flips, I don't do anything that it's just not for me because I'm a street rider. Like I just think it's so funny. Like imagine how much further we could go in competitions, how much further and we can go in anything if everyone was just like, yeah, I'm a scooter rider, I'm down to try this. Maybe it roots from like insecurity, like if I don't want to be seen as a bad park rider compared to this kid, so I'm gonna just label myself as a street rider so that way I don't even have to try. Like I feel like that's a big part of it, because honestly, I'm gonna be completely straight with you guys. I remember being a young scooter rider back in the day, and I was really intimidated to go to the skate park. Like I was really scared. Like I would show up at the skate park and I would look at bri flips to whips. They were doing just the craziest stuff. I remember one day I showed up to the skate park and they were trying backflips, and I felt my stomach just shrivel inside me, and I was just like, oh man, I am such a bad scooter rider. Like, oh, I feel so embarrassed to go over there. So I feel like I get the identification. Like when you're first starting, you kind of just want to zone in on like one sort of thing, and you start to like get a few things here and there, so it's like from there you become more of a scooter rider. Like I don't know, I feel it. I want to hear your guys' opinions down below. Comment down below, what makes somebody a street rider? What makes somebody a park rider? What makes somebody this, that, or the other? Or is there just, are they just like empty identifications? Do they mean anything at all? I don't know. They could just mean nothing. So I don't know. All right, guys. Well, that was my first attempt at filming like a podcast talking style video. I have a whole bunch of discussion topics that I eventually want to cover doing this. That's like one of the main reasons I started this. Is I feel like a big thing lacking in scootering these days is just talking about interesting topics in scootering. Like I feel like too often people are just trying to throw each other under the bus, or like make somebody have like a bad name, or even just like self-promoting themselves and kind of leaving people out. Like I wanna create a video that gets people thinking. I wanna get a video that gets people's brain juices flowing. Like I wanna get a video that makes you sit back and be like, I haven't thought about that. So if you guys have any discussion topics that you guys want me to talk about, and that I'm more than happy to talk about. You know, I'm a very open person. I'm pretty secure with myself. Like I'm down to talk about pretty much anything. So yeah, just comment down below what you guys want to hear, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Go to undialed.co. We have a whole bunch of new merch, so go check all that stuff out. You guys will not be disappointed. We actually we're starting like this collab with this guy named Chris Lee. You guys go check him out. His Instagram is Scooter Raps, but he owns this company called Proper, and we are doing like a collabs. We're doing a whole bunch of collab stuff with him. So yeah, there's a picture of the grip tape on the screen right now. It looks pretty cool, but we're gonna have several more grip tapes come out pretty soon, and they're gonna look super cool. We also have like a Narwhal shirt, Pink Floyd shirt. We have a tour shirt that's only $10, which is really sick. But you guys should definitely go check that out. I feel like it's worth a look. You know, you don't have to really buy anything, or if you want to buy something cheap, sticker packs are $5. But I've rambled enough about buying stuff. I know you guys are here to be entertained, not just listen to me talk about things you can buy. But alright guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe like I said, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace out, guys. Hey, I'm jumping right here.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Busted.